I have a confession to make, but at the moment, I kinda don't want this season to end. We are currently on a 4-game unbeaten streak in the Premier League. We haven't achieved this since the 3rd of September to the 16th of October in 2022 under Thomas Tuchel. Since our 3-2 win in the FA Cup against Leeds United on the 28th of February, we have only lost 2 games since. At the moment, we are finding our form, we are finding our system, and we are finding our players back. And if we had at least another month or 2 left to play for this season, I think we easily guarantee a Champions League spot. And I'm going to feel this way when I'm seeing Nkunku and Cole Palmer playing together and showing us what we've been missing out on throughout this season. So today, my friends, I'm here to discuss the 4 key things we learned in last night's impressive away win against Brighton. I hope you guys are still feeling the positivity. If you are, make sure to hit that like button. But before we continue on, I mean, you're seeing it right now, lads. Yes, the blackout shirts arrived, and obviously, as I said, I had to get the blank out too. And honestly, in person, it looks beautiful. Like the details, like everything about it, the material. It's a quality shirt, I have to say. I think my only regret is not buying it in an XL, but it still fits really, really well. And as I'm saying, get yours before everything sells out. Use my discount code to get 10% off, and obviously, be quick before everything sells out. So good luck with that, and let's get straight into this video. For the first thing we learned, we would be absolutely insane to ever consider selling Trevoh Chalobah, because yesterday he stepped up yet again. As he said on socials, this is his club. He has a connection here. He's been here ever since he was a kid. He was here with his eldest brother. He has gone through so much with this football club. And you know that every single time he represents us on that field, he will forever step up and forever put in a quality performance. I mean, the stats prove this. There was one stat under Thomas Tuchel where we didn't lose our first game until the 35th game, in which Trevoh Chalobah was always starting and being involved in games. And currently, we've only lost 1 game out of 7 since Chalobah has been instated as a first-team defender. These stats aren't by coincidence, because Trevoh Chalobah not only backs up his passion and heart for the football club, but he matches that with quality, technically, and most importantly, defensively. And in last night's win, he picked up 93 touches in game, 67 out of 73 passes played, 2 out of 7 long balls, but the key stats, 5 out of 6 ground duels. He only got beaten once by a dribble, which is normal against Brighton, 4 tackles, 1 blocked shot, 9 clearances. The guy was an absolute colossus in defence. And one mistake Brighton made last night was not pressing Chalobah, because look, he just took out 3 of their players with a line-breaking pass. Not getting pressed again. He's looking to play the forward pass. Caicedo moves to the space and behind, and that's him breaking lines for fun. Gets his body in front, kickstarts another attack. Yeah, Chalobah, I just think this guy is so versatile. He's so good defensively. And it's just the technique behind his defending. Again, not getting pressed at all. Receives. Plays it back to kickstart a new phase. And just smart defending like that. You know, using his upper body then to just put Joao Pedro off balance. It looks simple, but when players are panicking in moments like this, their simple pens are giving away. Headed that out the way for fun. And this moment right here, this was sick defending. I'm going to have to slow it down, of course, because, you know, in this situation, a lot of defenders commit. And this is what the winger is waiting for, but not Chalobah. Why? Because he has the speed, but most importantly, look at his footwork. Look at those small light steps right here. Light step, light step, light step, light step, light step. And he waits for his moment. He gets his arm in front of Adingra now to try and push his body balance off weight. And look at this block, man. Look at this block. This is high-class defending. Superb defending from Chalobah. And you can afford to defend like this when you have someone that has the recovery pace to get back in position and keep up with opposition wingers. We can't do that with Disasi. How many times was he getting done this season because of movements and skills like this? It was time and time again. The reason why the long ball stats were a bit short was because of clearances like this. But again, great defending there. Nice and strong and firm with his feet. And that's nice composure there as well. I mean, the comp doesn't do full justice, because when you watch these games in the context of the moment, You know, you're hoping that those decisive actions come off every time. And under Chalobah right now, we are seeing someone who's starting to play some very good football. It's been a hard season for him with the injuries he's had to face. No pre-season, but he's come back through all of that. And it's a reminder of why I think we'd be absolutely insane to consider letting him leave when this is guaranteed quality that we can rely upon. Clubs like United used to have O'Shea and West Brown. The best example I use is Nacho Fernandez at Real Madrid. You know, he's going to retire there. And personally, I think this is something that should be happening with Chalobah because of the consistency that he offers us season in and season out. And for the second thing learned, I think we bag a CL spot this season if we had Nkunku throughout the season. It might be a bold claim, but this is how I honestly feel because of the quality that he brings and possesses and how the team just looks better with him in that final third. Last night, he was the difference maker, reminding us of the quality that we've missed out on throughout the season. We finally got to see his trademark balloon celebration. As Nkunku said, he could have done this many a time this season, but the feeling wasn't there. The moment was not right. I think last night, that was the perfect moment. Statistically, he had 42 touches, 22 out of 25 passes played, 1 key pass, 4 out of 8 ground duels. He was not slouching in his defensive work, but it was just how he kind of just floated and glided around the field. And you know what? I feel like we should see some of his best moments now. I don't want to waste any time. I like this moment here when he wins the free kick from Webster. I mean, look how the ball is just glued to the outside of his boot. Just a nice little deft touch away, inviting the pressure, looking to win that free kick. Again, outside the boot here, skips past one and a bit of fortune, but then he's carrying the ball, close steps. He's looking to find an option in the far post, and he has the technical capacity to pull that pass off, but obviously it gets blocked well. But moments like this, when I mean, you know, Nkunku just plays the game at his own pace. I mean, look, he plays it back to Cucurella, moves back to be a passing option. He's now in a 2v1 situation. Look, 1, 2, 3 seconds. Again, playing at his own pace, not forcing or rushing anything. Scanning to find the best possible option to play the pass. So he realizes, you know what? I'm playing it back to you, Cucurella. But again, he scans because look at his next action right now. He receives that quick pass back from Cucurella. Again, waits for the pressure to come, hits the ball into space. And finally, the pass he was looking for becomes available. And just a nice little just scoop pass, you know, away from the pressure, taking out like 3 Brighton players. And look how it kick starts to move then. Cucurella overlapping on the left. Now, Nico messes up the pass then. But, you know, this is what I mean by the high technical capacities. That was an interesting shot. A low-driven curler, bottom right corner. Look at the power he generated from that shot then. It did surprise the keeper. He kind of reacted a bit late to that shot. Off the ball, he was no slouch. He wins that. Nice reverse pass into the path of Nico. Receives it again. Great wait to find Welbeck. But unfortunately, nothing came from that moment. But again, just keeping that move alive then. On the left, instep, boom. Finds Cole Palmer. Now, I find his positioning interesting because Nkunku didn't just decide to make a run inside the box, right? He always wants to just like be away from the defense. He wants to create that space for himself because, you know, when players have high technique like this, he can take a shot out of the box. He can probably create his own shot. He can skip past a man. He wants to withdraw from the play. That's what the best attacking players do. Now, I think Palmer overplayed, but listen, he's allowed to do that. But this is why Nkunku decided to withdraw from the play because he could have taken a shot then. And this is the thing. When he plays more with his teammates, which he has not been able to do this season, they will understand what he wants and when he needs it. But again, see, look right here. He just shields it, shields the ball so well. The close control too. I mean, yeah. I mean, I love this guy at Leipzig for a reason. And I just think that when he gets next season, fully fit, hopefully, he's adding so much to our attack. But this move that I think we get the second goal from, yeah, I think it was from the left sides in this moment. Again, slow. It's the slowest one to slow it down. This is what we don't have in attack. How often do all our attacking players want to quickly rush the next move, rush that pass, rush the action? I think this is why I like Kans, because he would just bring this little pauser into our game. But this is what Nkunku adds, and this is why we can have a bit more efficiency, I feel, if he was playing more regularly. And look at his goal right here. Superbly taken. And as I said, look, boom. Lamptey reacts too late, he slips, and that's a simple finish for Nkunku. A high IQ goal, well taken, very intelligent. And as I said at the start of the video, if we could have relied upon him throughout this whole season, I think we easily bag a Champions League spot. The third thing we learn is Caicedo now our new playmaker, because at the moment he is really enjoying his football. Yesterday he played 51 out of 55 passes, 3 key passes, 2 out of 5 long balls, 2 out of 5 ground duels won, only 1 tackle made. It was funny because actually Gallagher picked up more defensive slack, and I think this is the balance you want to see, because Caicedo was tasked with kickstarting our attacks, finding the attack. And I think he really relished this role because he is deceptively good with his passing over like short, medium and long distances. And I think let's remind ourselves of some of the great passes and moves he kept kickstarting for us last night against Brighton. I think it's no surprise that he wanted to show up properly on his return back to the Amex Stadium. I think that's why maybe we saw the blonde hair. You know, it looked like a Super Saiyan Caicedo yesterday. You know, he's really showing what he's about right now. And yeah, I think he's going to be a very important player for us. I mean, you see what I mean by the personality he was showing? Look at that little pass then, outside of his boot to receive that one to a Nico. I like the little like relationship we're seeing from Nico and Caicedo. This is something that can expand and improve more as the future goes on. But again, he scans, plays a great pass to We've. And it's like he knows when to play these passes, when to make them. That's what I like about his decision making and his intelligence. Look, he's an option on the outside then. Looks to try and, you know, attack down the right. But when he passes, he can pass with his instep outside the boot. He just displays a lot of technique behind his selection and choices. Like a lot of what we do goes through Caicedo. He links up and combines with a lot of his teammates. He covers a lot of ground. He wants to receive under pressure, and he's not wasting time on the ball. Now that he's fully fit, confident, which I think is reflected by the new hairstyle we're seeing, I think he's really showing us exactly why we decided to spend so much money on him. I mean, great play, great play. That shield then, and then using his outside of his right foot to just like evade that pressure. And then he's carrying that ball forwards. And a little speed boost, and he wins the free kick. I think that was the only tackle he made in the game, actually. But look at that ball over the top to find Nkunku. That's it. Just keeps the rhythm going, keeps the game ticking. He's not wasting time on the ball. And let's look at that pass then. Unlucky that it wasn't found. But he's not scared to play that type of pass, you know? And there's little like moments like this when it's like, okay, I could just play that pass to Connor, but I don't want to do that. I want to try and draw the Brighton press onto myself because I'm good enough to play through this. So look how he just wastes time, bides his time, bides his time. Now he plays the pass when he realizes, okay, he's waiting for Gallagher to be pressed. That's the trigger for Caicedo. Gallagher, first time pass into his path, takes out, I think, Bournemouth, and you're giving tons of space for a great player to just play through you. I mean, this is why we could play through Brighton for fun. A lot of it came from Caicedo. One-touch passing, those little like cute line-breaking passes. He wants to play the smart pass that pushes the team forwards. He's not one of those, you know, midfield players would be criticised for keeping it simple, playing it sideways, playing it backwards. Not with someone like Moises. That's impossible for him. Yeah, so unlucky then. If that weight was just a little bit better, maybe I don't think Nico has to stretch. But again, good shielding, under pressure. And this is the type of player I think De Zerbi, out of all the ones he lost, is Caicedo, that he's still feeling hurt by, because, you know, his ability to play, beat presses, kickstart moves, and do everything. I think this guy has an incredible future, and I'm really excited to see what is going to happen with Moises, because I think to myself, if Gallagher goes, which will probably happen one day, I've accepted that, will he be playing more advanced? Or will he play deeper? I think with someone like Moises that is just so good at so many different midfield aspects, he could really become anything. And I think this is why I just keep thinking about Michael Essien, because Essien was the only midfield player I remember that could play in a different multitude of ways to the same high level. So my friends, let's not end things with the final thing we learned. And naturally, it's going to be Cole Palmer, isn't it? Let's keep things real. I speak about Cole Palmer so much in these series that I was actually considering at a point to call it What We Learned About Cole Palmer again. Because yesterday, he's now made that 22 goals this season in the Premier League. That is 22 goals and 10 assists in the league. That is now 41 goals combined assists for the season now. Because Cole Palmer has shown that he can score every type of goal. He scores every type of goal in every situation. You're looking at the opening goals, the equalizers, and the winners most importantly. On top of that, we've seen goals with his left foot, his right foot. We've seen goals that are tap-ins. We've seen goals that execute team moves. We've seen goals he's created for himself. We've seen goals outside of the box. We've seen solo efforts. And yesterday, we've seen that he can also score from his head because he knows how to move and operate like a forward. This is what I mean about this new style of attacking player that has to do more than just show cute stuff and show that sexy stuff. It seems like he has the PFA awards on his mind, and as he should, because when you're a top player, you want the top accolades. You want those medals, you want the silverware. And it's good that he feels already that he is in the earmark and hallmarks for this. And one thing I liked about his performance yesterday is that, I've described him as this type of player, but we also have one of the stars of this role in Christopher Nkunku, and seeing how they both play together, that really excited me because it reminded me of what's been denied from us fans throughout this season. Because what Christo shows, Cole Palmer also possesses, and imagine what can happen next season with both of them picking up star roles in the team. Yeah, I'm too gassed, I'm too excited. But I want to just look at some of his key moments in the game yesterday. It's little moments like this on screen where he withdraws from the play. That's what Cole Palmer's shown throughout the season, because these are the types of spaces he wants to exploit right here. Good pass by Gusto. And yeah, Palmer just going to get enough purchase on his left foot. Could he maybe get a right foot one day? Or is that asking too much? I mean, the guy's only a human being, right? Very unlucky not to get an assist in this moment right here. I thought the technique and that decision then to just really put a lot of power and curl that in was a great decision. I wish Nico was a bit more confident maybe in stabbing that in, because I think this is something Cole Palmer produces at Man City, and this is Haaland's bread and butter. I think he must have been getting flashbacks of Erling Haaland in that moment. And again, moments like this, Palmer's a thinking man's player. He's constantly scanning over his shoulders, to pick the decisive actions. Again, right channel, he drops deep. He's done this throughout the season. Carries it. Can he play a ball over the top to Madueke or Nico? Maybe, but then it looks like Brighton have the situation covered quite well. So instead, a little drag back to change the direction of the attack now. Head up, and plays a good pass to Mudryk, who then finds Connor, who then plays it to Cucurella, and then look what happens here. Sometimes when you see plays unfold out in real time, you can only really appreciate when you look back and realize the high IQ decision making that goes into these goals that get scored, right? Because in that moment yesterday, I was thinking, why are you not playing the ball over the top to Nico or Madueke? Because I'm only focusing on where the ball's going. I'm only got the luxury of a TV camera, but the best players, they just think about the game differently. And he just knew, I have all these Brighton players now on that right hand side. Look right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 4 players taking out 6 Brighton players. This is the perfect opportunity now to change the direction of the attack, because I now have support on my midfield lines. He does that to find Mikhailo. He plays that pass, then the underlap, which we use constantly to just tear through Brighton's defence. Great reverse ball by Connor. And look at Cole Palmer here withdrawing from the play. Brighton defenders are like, who the hell do we mark here? Look, it's only Nico Jackson inside the box in that moment. Incredible cross from Cucurella. And he just knew exactly where Palmer was going to be. And that cross was so good that all Palmer has to do is simply direct that through on goal. And I think this moment typifies Cole Palmer, and it typifies what we can expect when we have him and Nkunku playing how many games consecutively together. Yeah, man, it's a shame that this season is ending so soon, and it's so funny that at one point, I wanted this season to end overnight because I was sick and done with it. It just goes to show us a reminder, maybe the process really is a process, and it's not a linear process. You know, getting from point A to B isn't a straight line. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but it's that trajectory which we've shown from 2024 onwards that we are on the rise right now. And I think we end this season spectacularly now by beating Bournemouth, which I'm now finally feeling confident for. And hopefully we can do the improbable and get that 5th place finish over Spurs. So my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button and share your thoughts and opinions too. I'm Nini FC, this is BlueLionsTV. I'll see you guys later with some more videos.